Twitter, and Instagram. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, please give us a 5-star review so we can continue to give you the ish that we talk. And now that is out the way, I will not act like I'm on AM fucking radio. What the fuck's the deal? All of you ugly motherfuckers. What's poppin'? I'm here with you. We here together. We gonna make this shit pop. What's the deal? What's the deal, everybody? I don't know why Lindsay cracks up every time that comes on, but it is what it is, man. Salute to all of my friends and family and all you ugly motherfuckers listening to us. You know what it is? This is the Ish We Talk. I am Lee, the host of this show, who broadcasts this all the time off his daughter's tablet. I am with the be-all, do-all of this show, the lady that pushes all the bells and whistles. In the future, she will probably be signing all the checks. I want to give everybody a round of applause for Lindsay.
Yes, we're going to speak that into existence. My God. How's it going?
It is going. It is going. No complaints. No complaints.
Oh, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. Right. How's your week?
My week was okay. Shoot. I don't, you know what? I can't even complain. My week was cool. A lot of people got sick at my job, so they decided to like shut my job down for 3 days. So we could go up there and deep clean and shit like that, but like we didn't have to do none of the like atrocities of what our job is entitled to. So that was cool. Like I was just going to work and like cleaning up. So I just feel like I was going home from home. Shit was weird.
Oh wow. I hope everybody okay.
Yeah, it's like, you know, if you people don't pay attention to me at all, like everybody that does listen to me, you know, I work with children and a lot of them was just getting sick. It's like this influenza and respiratory infections, and like the flu has been running rapid, and a lot of our kids that got sick. And so for the safety of our students, we decided to give everybody a break, deep clean this, you know what I'm saying, the building, and reconvene on Monday, which was great for me.
Right. That's good. That's good. But yeah, just hope everybody is doing good.
Yeah. What's been going on with you?
Nothing. Should I work from home, so I can't be like, oh, everybody's sick. I can't go in. They like, nice try. You're not even coughing. Go ahead and log in, please and thanks. Yeah.
Right.
But
that's good. That's good. I ain't complaining about that one.
Yeah, you know, it's pros and cons to it, but it's more pros than cons, I think. So, but yeah, other than that, I've been okay. So, yeah, you ready to get into these topics?
Let's get into this shit.
All right. So, first topic is a little light, you know, because it's towards the end of the year. You know, we in the holiday season and whatnot. And one thing that we do during the end of the year is that we have these annual recaps. And one of the things that we have as an annual recap is the music replays for the year. And I don't remember Apple Music doing this any other year, so I think this may be the first year. But they did a whole music replay, and I did my replay. And my replay is it's not nothing that I'm surprised about. So yeah.
Really?
My number one song, yeah, I'm not surprised at all about my music recap. It totally
Okay.
makes sense. My top
Okay, let's get to
song,
it.
yeah, my top song was I don't know how to pronounce this man's name, but Bino Rodell and Nipsey Hussle. That's how I go. Love and War. Have you ever heard that
Okay.
song?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, yeah, I played the shit out of that at the beginning of the year. I don't know why, because I knew the song before he passed away, so it ain't like it was brand new to me. But for some reason, I just couldn't stop playing it at the beginning of the year. So that totally makes sense. Top artist is Beyonce, and top album is Renaissance.
That is, I mean, yeah, that's not
Yeah.
uncommon at all.
No, no. Do you want to know how many plays I gave Renaissance?
Let's just pick into the beehive brain of yours. How many times have you played motherfucking Renaissance?
175 plays.
The whole album all the way through?
I don't think it was the whole album all the way through, but it was the majority of it. It was the majority. Glenn says way too damn many. I mean, it's a good album.
Wait,
It's a good
okay, so
album.
let's base it on this. When did it come out?
It came out was it July 29th? 27. It came out. Hold on. I'll get the exact date. Hold, please.
Because I'm just basing it on like if you
It came out July 29th, 2022.
July 29th, so August, September, October, November. And you played this shit more times in the days of the rest of the fucking year.
Yeah.
You had a problem, cuz.
It was good. It was a really good album. I suggest anybody who hasn't listened to Renaissance go listen to Renaissance. And that ain't even the only place I played Renaissance. That's what makes it so bad. So yeah.
Well, I
My number
suggest anybody that has a habit like this, that you are doing things that are longer than the time you have for the year. That is called an addiction, and you probably need to talk to somebody.
I mean, to my credit, it is a really good album. Like it really is. But this is how
And to my
bad.
credit, beer is really good, but I'm gonna have to stop.
But this is what makes it really bad. So my number 2 album that I played was the Babies, Baby on Baby 2. I played that one 41 times. So
Damn, you fuck with the
that's a
baby like that?
huge, I didn't even realize I did that. Now that's being for real. I didn't even realize I did that. So yeah.
You fuck with the
Yeah.
baby tough.
I mean, Baby on Baby 2 is Baby on Baby 2 is really good. I ain't even gonna front. It's really good.
Yeah,
But
I'm not gonna hold it from you. Like, yeah.
yeah. So Marsha says, I stand Beyonce, but hate the album. Oh my God. How can you hate Renaissance?
Come on, hold on, Marsh. How in the fuck can you say that? Like, you can't say I stand for a nigga, but then say I hate the album. Like, no way. It is nobody in the world is saying I love Elvis. I stand for Elvis. But that goddamn Jailhouse Rock just pissed me off.
No, some people can say
You
that.
can't
Like
do that.
people that are real honest, people that are, excuse me, if you're real honest with yourself, you're not gonna like 100% of anything that anybody does. So I mean, if she doesn't like the album, that's I can understand, but it's such a good album. Like that ain't the
Why
one
would
that
you
I'm gonna
say you
dislike.
stand? If you stand Beyonce, that means you stand her. Like, so you even make the bullshit up with the fake songs. You be like, well, she was talking about such and such and such and such. You don't get that.
But
That's a
it
stand.
might be an album, but it might be because Renaissance is such a niche type of music. It's house music for the most part. So she might just not be a person that like house music. You know what I'm saying? So that just might not be her
Okay.
thing. And yeah. She also says because it sounds like she Missy Elliott and reversed it. She's she's done it before. She done it before. And then Ashton says everybody hated that album and the Drake album. Oh wow.
I'm not.
Everybody.
No, I'm not subscribing to that. First of all, shout out to Ashton.
Well, Marsha also says I love house music. That wasn't it. Oh, okay. Well, I tried. I tried.
Exactly.
But
Listen.
I absolutely love Renaissance. I played it ridiculously. And plus, it's such a hype album that I live like 30 minutes away from my job and I was getting down there like real quick. Real quick. So yeah.
Yeah, them albums or them songs that you like, boy, you'll get somewhere in like 7 minutes. You'll be like, God damn.
Uh, right, just floating. Just floating. But yeah. But yeah.
Sorry,
So
not sorry,
yeah.
Marsha. I love you anyway. Shout out to Marsha.
Right. But yeah, I played the shit out of Renaissance. So it definitely makes sense. Um yeah. Yeah. So I mean I'm not gonna go into so much because it's a lot that they give you on the replay. So I'm not gonna say every single thing on my replay, but the total minutes that I played was 8,160 minutes. So
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the play Rent, but that sounds like a lot.
yeah, I play Apple Music quite often. I get my money's worth. Definitely get my money's worth. So yeah, but it was so funny just to see the big difference between how many times I played Renaissance compared to the second one, which was Baby on Baby 2. Like that was a big difference. So
Yeah.
yeah, but
All right. What was the rest
I
of
thought that was
the year?
um. What do you mean? Like how many?
That was
How
it.
many times? What you want to know? My top, like all 10?
Well, it's 12 months in a year. Like I was saying, like which ones was
Oh
your?
no, it's the whole year. Like it does a whole
That's
year.
just for the whole year. That's what you was doing. That's
Yeah,
your top. Okay.
yeah, it's the top for the whole year. Now I can tell you all the albums, like the top 10 albums. Um, let's see, Renaissance, Baby on Baby 2. Then No Pressure. That's that Bino Rudal and Nipsey Hussle. I played that 33 times. And it's so crazy. I think that came out in like 2018, 19, something like that. But then after that was Still Over It by Summer Walker. I played that 32 times. Then Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, Kendrick Lamar, that was 31 times. Then Victory Lap, Nipsey Hussle, that was 25 times. Usher and Zaytoven, I played that 24 times. Certified Lover Boy, Drake, 24 times. Anticipation 2, which is an old ass Trey Songz mixtape. I played that 22 times. And then
It's supposed to be played.
Yeah, right. And then Confessions, Usher, I played that 21 times. Which makes sense because I played Usher a whole hell of a lot when I came back from the concert. So yeah.
Man, okay.
So,
All right.
yeah.
You better than me, but I did title, so like I don't
Mm.
I don't know exactly how many times I view things. They just have the top things I listen to in each month. And
Okay, so
it is everywhere. It's all over the place. If a motherfucker didn't know that my mind works crazy, you'll do it by listening to the music I listen to.
okay, so for the month of November, what did it look like?
For the month of November, shit, I'm gonna tell you right now, and I had to be on some woke shit, and then Jasmine also listened to it, but my top three was Lauryn Hill, Erica Badu, and Drake. My fourth one was Miles Davis.
Yeah, that was pretty low.
Yeah,
That was pretty low. But yeah, it's funny how you could just look back at what you've done and you like, damn, I didn't even realize I did all that. But yeah, but
yeah.
yes.
Shit, I was in November. The shit, the shit varies so much. Like in January,
Uh-huh.
my top artist was Joyner Lucas. The second was Beyonce, but that had to be Jasmine because I'm not listening to Beyonce. But my third one was
Damn.
Marvin Gaye, and I know I listen to Marvin Gaye all the fucking time.
Why?
I love Marvin Gaye. Marvin Gaye's swagger, how he knew how to fuck bitches and then keep niggas woke at the same time is just amazing.
Okay.
It's like, name a better artist that can do that shit. That can wake you up to reality, but also eat your bitch pussy and nobody's mad.
That's just what it is, I guess. All right, so Glenn says, "Me for You is why you played Anticipation 2 so much. What happened to the feature of that song?" Um, I must not have played it that much. Um, on Apple Music, because I actually do play that album. Like I play the whole album. I don't just play that song. So, because Anticipation 2 as a whole, great mixtape. So,
You know what? I'm not even gonna hold you. I listened to maybe 3 songs off of that, but all of those songs just are or damn near spiteful songs.
I mean, yeah, but see, this is the thing. When Anticipation 2 came out, like that was like a huge deal. So much that he got like 1 million downloads and he went on tour. Him and Big Sean went on tour together, touring off of that mixtape. And I went to the concert. Like he didn't come to Kansas City, of course, he went to St. Louis. And I went down there to St. Louis to see him. So that was like a movement. That whole Anticipation 2 was like huge. So
Yeah, that was yeah.
it did age well. Like that was 2011. No, it was not in
Nah,
2011.
it aged beautifully. Motherfuckers to talk about that mixtape before they talk about some of his albums.
Right. I'm trying to think. Did it come out before? I think it was 2011. 'Cause I think it came out after Passion, Pain, and Pleasure. But but yeah,
Shit, it came
yeah,
out in the year when I wasn't doing nothing but listen to straight East Coast mixtapes, a couple of Texas mixtapes, but they was dwindling down. But I
mm,
picked up that shit because I was like, I heard that shit traveling. I was going to Houston and I heard the song and I was like, that song is amazing. And
yeah,
I was hooked on that. I was like, that's a mixtape from that nigga. Let me get
mm,
it.
yeah, yeah. Well, I was waiting count because they did a whole countdown and everything for Anticipation 2. So I was waiting on the countdown because the first Anticipation was really good. So I was like, I'm here for it. So yeah, but yeah, so that's I'll walk down Trey Songz lane.
There go our left, people. There go our left.
Right, right. All right,
Getting back to
so
the structure in hand, though.
yeah, yeah. So that's our our music replay for the year. So it'll be interesting to see how 2023 pans out as far as music is concerned. Um, next up, is Tory Lanez. So I guess they're done with the trial. Don't quote me on that, but if they're not done, it's getting close to the end. And so Tory Lanez put out a tweet, and in the tweet, yeah, let me pull it up. I'm gonna share my screen.
He's basically threw his chips all in for the people that are watching. She's gonna pull it up and like, yeah, he threw his chips all in on this
one. Okay, so can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So he tweeted, "I'm going to leave this here one more time and watch how it ages. No weapon formed against me shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against me in judgment shall be condemned. And sit and watch now. And don't ever question the God I serve again. This is my last tweet." So of course, black folks don't take nothing serious. So these are the replies.
We don't.
We not at all. So somebody said, "Hey Tory, big fan of your music, but I have a question. If you lose, can I get your studio equipment?"
Yeah. It's a valid question.
I thought
especially
so
if I know you. So, if I know you, I'ma definitely ask you.
Right. Like, I mean, you don't want it collecting dust. You want it to be put towards good use, right? So then here go a clip from the Boondocks.
Don't drop the soap. Don't drop the soap. Don't drop the soap.
All right.
Yeah, see, that's
all right. So the next one, this nigga either old innocent or pulling a James St. Patrick. I don't get the old innocent part, but I don't know. Then they said,
niggas can't spell on Twitter. I think he meant old, like when niggas be like the old innocent part, the OL, but he spelled it old because like niggas are stupid and they don't know old like means like. Hey man, it's Black Twitter, man. I love y'all because I follow y'all, but y'all sometimes y'all really don't know how. Know what I'm saying? How certain words work.
Yeah. Yeah. They said, or pulling a James St. Patrick. That's hilarious. So then another person said, "I don't know. That hair loss formed against you prospering a little bit."
He getting his plugs done. Don't disrespect that nigga Trey. Right. I mean, Tory Lanez, excuse me. Went right back to Trey Songz, man. I must stand for this nigga in the back of my head somewhere.
You low key. Yeah, low key. So this one. All right.
It's hope, because you won't be convincing anybody else, so dream on. Keep saying it. Just keep saying it. Keep saying it out loud. And maybe you will convince hope, because you won't be convincing anybody else, so dream on.
And that's, of course,
how the fuck can you convince hope?
Right. That's like
that's super disrespectful.
So, this is foul. Hold on.
fucked up my nigga Hey Arnold with this shit?
That was scandalous. So this person said, fighting Twitter users when you should be fighting for your life. Oh man, this one's hilarious.
Your Honor, I want to say I'm sorry for the things I've done, and I try and be stronger in this life I chose, but I want you to know that door I closed. In Your Honor, I'm sorry, 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 sorry. To my mother, I'm sorry, 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 sorry. I love her. Your Honor, I want to say I'm sorry for the things I've done, and I try and be stronger in this life I chose, but I want you to know that door I closed. Your Honor, I'm sorry, 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 sorry.
Okay, so that one says when the judge asked if Tory has any last words before sentencing.
I ain't gonna lie. I hope Tory remake that, because if that nigga had a like just a bit more of a vocals, like I ain't gonna lie, if he had like a little raspiness in him, that would have that would have got him a lot of commissary money.
Yeah, oh God. I wonder if
that nigga sounded like Jennings or something. That shit.
ALU. Yeah. I don't know if you remember, but back in like the 90s or maybe early 2000s, Sibo had got into a situation, and he rapped his last words to the judge before sentencing. Do you remember that? And I think it worked.
I vaguely remember that. Like, I'm not gonna, I think I know what you're talking about. Cause I think it was like a reverse play. Cause they would like the first time he went to jail, they played his lyrics against him.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to say people was talking about how he tried to reverse the game. Like, so I think I vaguely remember that, but I ain't cause like shit, it could have just been hearsay.
Yeah. No, Glenn says I definitely remember that. Yeah.
Okay. So it wasn't it?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think it worked. So yeah. But
I mean, yeah, but that's Sibo. This is a nigga who's got so many priors. They knew he was going to jail regardless.
Yeah, I mean, he gonna have to go sit down. That just is what it is at this point. Yeah.
You ain't came out with no mixtapes with that fucking voice, nigga.
I'm sorry. To the people.
Hey man, shout out to that young man. I hope you was holding it down in there. You didn't do nothing fraudulent where somebody could try to, play you for a fool when you get out. So, this is, but it was funny.
Ask him to sing one. Yeah. Right. If he had a little bit of vocal coaching, he wouldn't have been bad.
That's why I said if he had just a little bit more raspiness to it, like if he had spent the whole night singing it and then went up there and performed it like after drinking like some water, motherfuckers would have been like, oh, okay, yeah, sing, young man. What the women in church, take your time, young man.
Right, take your time. Yeah, that would have been hilarious. But yeah, I don't know if it worked on that judge. I doubt it.
Oh, that nigga went to jail.
Right. Maybe
we ain't gonna sugarcoat that. And shout out to that man. Right. I hope you did your time. Like I said, stand up and didn't nobody try to play you on anything. But yeah, you definitely went to jail. you definitely went to jail after that. The judge laughed like a motherfucker as soon as the court was adjourned.
Man, can you believe what
The
this
judge said,
motherfucker?
"Do you believe this motherfucker tried to serenade me?"
Right? Can you believe what they did in court today? Boy, yeah, but yeah. So we shall see. We shall see what happens. Predictions.
I don't know. I you know what I'm saying. This whole thing has been going on for a while now, and I think I expressed my opinion before when I said, if it did happen to her, that's crazy. That it's a tragedy, and he should be held accountable for it. At the same time, I would say with a lot of things that have been coming out with this whole thing, if it didn't happen like she's portraying it, then I mean, shit, if he walk away, he walk away, and that's what he should do. That's a victory, not only just for Tory Lanez, just for people that are accused of some nonsense just because a nigga has how am I trying to word this? A vulnerability and who they are, like, for everybody that's been accused of like beating a woman that really didn't beat a woman. If it come out that was a lie, then yeah, kudos. All sorts of shit, like, transgender who go under scrutiny for just whatever the fuck, because people wake up and try to blame niggas for everything. Like when they went like, if this happens, that proves that you have to really prove your case.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. How everything's been played out and how we know this side and all sorts of shit came out. Motherfuckers get unfollowed. Motherfuckers find out this about your past and this about what you've been doing, and motherfuckers make rap songs about you and all this old extra bullshit. We decipher out of all that and it come out that this man is clear, then hey, it is what it is. If he's found guilty, then hey, it is what it is. Like, I don't have no dog in your fight, my nigga. I just, like I said, I really do want people to start doing their due diligence and shit when it comes to this shit like that, though.
Yeah. If he did it, then he needs to pay for it. If he didn't, then I hope they get the person that did it, because it happened. I don't doubt that it happened. She got shot. Period. So
somebody shot her. Who?
Who shot you? So yeah.
She was a real stallion that killed her. You can't move off that shit.
You said a real stallionaire.
If she was not stallionaire, if she was a real stallion, they would have killed her. They'd have been like, she got shot in her leg, but ain't nothing we could do. She just walking around here being stupid, and they got to shoot this bitch in the forehead because Megan ain't recovering.
Oh God! All right. The fact you said stallionaire, I am weak. Sidebar, they coming out with a season 3.
Sidebar, I don't give a fuck. I am not subscribing to that shit no more.
I just want to know. Man, look, okay. Yeah.
I was done when he put Man Giner on the second season. I said, I'm done with this fuck shit.
Oh my God. I'm just thinking about when Man Giner hit that horse.
Nigga, he did it like a TikTok meme.
Oh God. Oh Jesus. All right. Anybody that doesn't know what we're talking about, we are talking about the great, awesome show that's a Zeus original one more chance. So with the Stallionaires and you in that can.
Hey, everybody.
Right?
If you worked hard all day and you did everything you had to do as a man, sometimes you want to come home and relax to a cold brew. Grab yourself a Rolling Rock. Rolling Rock, everybody. Available at every fucking store you ever been to.
Oh my god. Oh my god. All right. All right. So that is Tory's last tweet. So next up is Miss Brittney Griner. She's free. She is back on US soil. They went on ahead and did that transaction with the arms dealer. And yeah, yeah, they did the transaction with the arms dealer. Now I did watch a video where somebody else was talking about it, and they actually came up with a different perspective than what people have normally been saying. They were saying that it actually, like when you look at the grand scheme of things, it kind of was a fair trade because the most or the highest profile person that we had of Russia's was the arms dealer. And the highest profile person that they had of ours was Brittney Griner. And also they gave Brittney Griner 10 years. We gave the arms dealer 25 years, but he had already done 15. So it kind of was a fair trade. So I was like, okay, I can see where he's going with that. And then they were saying also that the details with the arms dealer, it wasn't like he was just out, just, dealing arms specifically to, for a specific reason. He was just an arms dealer. And he ended up selling to some undercovers. And they mentioned what they were buying the guns for. And he said, oh, well, we have the same enemy. And they took that as he was selling specifically for that reason. But
Right.
it was a different perspective. I just excuse me personally, I've been saying like I don't necessarily like what they did to get her back, but I'm glad she's home. What are your thoughts?
I mean, I had a whole totally different run with that too. I was thinking more or less of this is America, and this is also the America that Joe Biden has talked about, like totally exonerating niggas that went to jail for weed charges. So it was like it was only right for him and whoever's in his camp to think about, okay, well, let's get Brittney Griner the fuck up out of Russia. So that's how I looked at it. Like for me, I feel like it's a win-win situation. It's a win situation for Brittney Griner, and it's a win-win situation for everybody who is, I guess, mesmerized by the Biden fucking presidency. Because they're definitely gonna be like, well, yeah, not only did he try to make weed legal and free a bunch of niggas, he got Brittney Griner. I looked at it like that. At the same time, I do respect the Brittney Griner. Like I said, you made a mistake. Like I said before, like, hey, you made a mistake and you got to live with that shit. But if these niggas gonna push the bells and whistles for you to get the fuck out of there, who am I to complain? Get the fuck out of there.
Right. I'm not gonna be like, no, don't take me. I'll stay. Like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna be like, what's on the plane leave? I'll be there. Don't you worry. I'll be there. So did you see the video that they she cut her hair off?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was real different.
She cut her hair off because she's stressing. Bitch ain't had no weed in a long ass time. Couldn't wait to go home.
Right. She take it. She tweaking a little bit.
The first thing she did when
But
she touched down was blow some weed.
you know what? And that's one thing, because I put that on Facebook. I'm gonna read what I said on Facebook, because Andrew Cardwell, we all know who that clown is, but he said something like, "When you right, you right." So he said, "Now Brittney Griner, don't you even touch a cigarette." So I elaborated. I said, "Not a cigarette, e-cigarette, hookah, CBD, opiates, prescription drugs, over-the-counter drugs, under-the-counter drugs, back alley drugs, designer drugs, legal drugs, video game drugs, AI drugs, nothing. You take a baby aspirin at its own site."
Fuck all that
So,
bullshit. I'm in
yeah,
the
she
land of
needs
the
to
free, bitch. Roll me up one.
Nah, she needs to stay far away from that shit. Fuck that. We did all this just for you to be back on your bullshit. No.
Man, get the okay. All right, whatever. Man, she been eating pussy. Don't even worry about that, my nigga. She been eating pussy since the day she got in that motherfucker.
Well,
Because
she's
she
married.
big
She
and
might
tall
have,
with dreadlocks, and she got a deep voice. Most of the motherfuckers thought she was transgender and might slipped in there with a dick. Like, fuck out of here.
I do not even know how she sounded. Like, I guess I've never heard her talk, but I was like, who? Because I saw that video of her on the plane, and I'm like, who is talking for her? But then today I saw video, or not videos. I saw pictures of her, which are old pictures because she got the dreads, but it's pictures of her with her shirt off. So I was like, so she done had top surgery too? So yeah, but and whoever did her top surgery did a great job, because she didn't scar. You can't even see it. So I didn't know none of that. Like, she for real. She's for real about this.
For that bit
So,
before, I'm not gonna keep calling you a bitch, Brittney, but before she went to
that big
jail,
nigga, like
that big nigga looked like he had a huge dick. that nigga looked like he was packing a fucking monster.
oh my God, working with a monster. Lord Jesus.
Again, just imagine you coming home, you thinking it's all good, and you pull them motherfucking basketball shorts down, and that motherfucker got a fucking petite pussy. As big as that motherfucker is, she got a petite puss.
Oh God. All right, hold on. So I'm gonna share my screen, because these are some of the tweets that people put out after hearing about the release. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay. So this one is a picture of Future texting, and it says, "About to text every stud I know. So happy Brittney Griner is out." And then this one,
with my face turned to the sun. Weight on my shoulder.
That shit was fucking ridiculous. Them studs was out of hand for that one. I don't give a fuck what nobody talking about.
okay, so for anybody that's listening, I'm playing the video of the studs doing that walk in place for Brittney Griner.
Hold on real quick.
So somebody tweeted the video again. So somebody tweeted the video again, and they wrote, "All those studs from that Bone Studs in Harmony video better be waiting at the airport to meet Brittney Griner back home." I'm fucking weak. Because not bone studs in harmony. I can't. So then we have another one that says studs up 1 million points. Arcane Brittney Giner has been released. And then Brittney Griner freed. Now the U.S. is the only country with studs again.
Nah, Germany got a bunch of studs too. Don't get it twisted. There's studs everywhere.
I mean, I didn't know that U.S. was unique to that, but I was like, okay. So then the next one is Brittney Griner's renting out Disneyland for studs tomorrow.
It's so funny. It's really funny because y'all niggas think Brittney fuck with studs. No, Brittney be fucking with bad bitches. Y'all got Brittney fucked up.
No, the studs are the homies.
Fuck that shit. She ain't giving a fuck about the homies. She about to show off these bad bitches. The fuck? You get out of prison and yeah, you gonna chill with your niggas that first night. That's what she did. She chilled with her studs. First night, got high as fuck. You know what she doing right now? Around some bad bitches.
Well, she's married. She can be around her wife.
Man, she around some bad bitches and her wife. The fuck? She deserved that.
Oh,
her wife should be like, yeah, you should have a bunch of bitches to look at.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You know the pussy she was eating and that Russian prison was foul? She needs some bad bitches. She had a cute Russian bitch that was like, me wash socks for you. And like, she was cute, but the bitch smelled like onions and shit. She was fucking with this hoe. The fuck? Disrespect Brittney like that.
Oh,
she got a plethora of bitches right now.
Lord Jesus. I would hope that she was celibate this whole time. Because she's married.
She was selling a bit of that pussy. That's what she was doing.
Lord have mercy. So then this one says, Brittney Griner wife getting so much strap tonight, I'm jealous as hell.
That bitch getting piped down. Shit. Brittney been locked up so long, she fucking around and want the pipe. Like, shit. What you talking about? She like, fuck that shit. Work this little petite pussy out. I ain't had shit right for the longest.
So then this one says, Russian got the plug back. And what we get Geronimo man. Damn.
That's disrespectful.
Damn it, man. Damn it, man.
That's funny. That's funny because it's true.
Oh, God. All right. So then this one says, Brittney Griner is free. Studs everywhere cheering loud as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then they tweeted the video again of the studs, and it said it worked. Happy dream. Oh, that's damn stud video took the cake, and it worked. But I can't believe this motherfucker said bone studs in harmony.
Now that shit was funny as fuck. Bone studs in harmony took me the fuck out. Did you see the one though? Like the one that sent me, like the one that really made me realize niggas ain't shit on Twitter? It was a dude that said,
what?
How in the fuck are we trading a big man for a shooter? That's why we be struggling in the Olympics. Because we picked the wrong nigga. And I got it. Like I understood that shit. Like a big man ain't gonna supply points. You gotta have a shooter.
Oh, wow. Okay, I get it. Damn.
See, yeah, you didn't get it because you're a woman and you barely watch basketball. But like the niggas didn't know that fuck with me. Didn't know what I'm saying. That, like watch sports. He was like, oh, that shit was funny.
Yeah, like I ain't played in 20-some years. So, Ashton says, would love to see her face when she sees that stud praise dance.
Hey, Ashton. Ashton. You an asshole, man, but you know what's gonna happen. Her little petite click gonna get hard. Like,
oh god.
You know what's gonna happen. She gonna get a click chubby. She gonna be like, hell yeah, my niggas is rooting for me.
She probably had that one thug tear come down. I am it. But yeah, that bone, the studs in harmony, you know, that's it. Me. But yeah, they were studs in harmony though. They was on.
You know what?
It was in harmony on beat.
You know what? All jokes aside, we gotta respect. We gotta respect her people for taking up for it, cause like that shit right there was epic as fuck. Like all these motherfuckers look like double gangers. You'd have thought this was a family.
The one that played her. Yeah, especially the one that played her. Like she was tall, light skinned, lanky with dreads and everything. Like it was like, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
She turned around like, see what happens to us? See what they do to us? Us tall, manly looking bitches. They fuck us over.
Man, get the short end of the stick every time. But yeah.
And I'm 6'9". I don't understand it.
Yeah,
I'm getting the short end of the stick, bitch. I'm taller than your daddy, and y'all throw me in prison. Right.
So, but yeah, she's home. So, I hope she, puts it to use. Get a book deal out of it. Get a couple of paid interviews out of it because people are intrigued. They want to know. So get your money.
This is about to be 2023. Brittney Giner, get a weed strand and call it the Soviets and sell nothing but vapes.
No, that too. And I bet you it'd be one of the highest strands sold.
I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah. And I bet you Bone Studs in Harmony will definitely support. So yeah.
Can you imagine hearing that in the rap song? Like me and my niggas gone off that Soviet that Soviet, what's up, comrade? Like he'd be like, what the fuck? Shit is popping. Yeah.
So Glenn says, so Brittney, do they shave in Russia?
Wouldn't you like to know, Glenn? You sick bastard. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we love Glenn. Glenn has been a phenomenal part of this show since it started. And this nigga's got a fetish with hairy pussy that baffles me as a man.
It's his thing. You can't knock him. Everybody has their thing.
Everybody has their thing. But in a worst case scenario, if Brittney ever heard this and like she chimed in like, fuck it, I'm gonna say the pussy always hairy. Like this nigga was send a bunch of heart emojis.
Right, he'll be like, my nigga. And look at Glenn, he says, I love it.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're gonna keep blending our prayers. So yeah. So yeah.
Thoroughly wash your face, Glenn. Just thoroughly wash your face.
Like immediately, like right after you're done. Don't let it linger. But anyway, so yeah, so that's Brittney. Shout out to her. She's home. Next up, we're moving on to the fuckery part of the evening is RKelly. Lord. Before we move on, Glenn says it's beard conditioner. Lord. All right, so RKelly.
Yeah, it's beard conditioner if you're a fucking Neanderthal. What the fuck are we talking about? This is 2023 and everything doesn't smell like a fish market, nigga. What the fuck? Let's move on.
Yeah. So to the fuckery part of the evening. Yeah. RKelly. RKelly released a album, 13 tracks called I Admit It. And the album was released Friday morning, and by Friday afternoon it was snatched off of every streaming platform there is. Did you catch it before it got taken away?
Only thing I caught was via Black Twitter. Shout out to via Black Twitter. Was a segment of the I Admit It song where he was like, he had dated older women and young women, and for them to say he's a pedophile, that's wild. And I was like, what in the fuck did you even write that for, my nigga? What?
Yeah. So,
what in where in the world were you thought that was gonna help you? And then I remembered this is the same nigga that was like Define Young.
mm-hmm. Yeah. Now when I first saw it on Instagram, I was just like, that I Admit song sounds familiar. Because they played a clip of it when they were on the blogs when they were talking about him releasing the album. But he released that song like 4 years ago. But now it's an album. And I was just like, man, I'm not about to go listen to that shit. And then I was talking to Duran, shout out to Duran, and he was in the middle of listening to it and it got snatched. Like literally in the middle of him listening to it. So I was just like, I'm not about to give him no light or no streams or nothing like that for that bullshit. I would prefer us talk about people that got released on Friday who are unproblematic and are very, very talented as well. Like, did you know SZA's new album came out? That came out Friday. The super group Mount Westmore, which consists of Snoop, Ice Cube, E40, and Too Short, that came out yesterday. And A Boogie with the Hoodie came out yesterday. Like, those are just 3 that just came out yesterday, and ain't nobody talking about them because everybody was fucking talking about RKelly. So I was just like, yeah, I would prefer to give them my streams. Yeah, so Ashton said he's going back to what we were talking about previously. He says, call it clit chubby.
Yeah. She definitely had a clit chubby.
So yeah. But yeah. Yeah, so with me saying all of that, yeah, I didn't listen to I Admit It, but a lot of people a word talking about it. So
I didn't listen to it either. I'm not gonna hold you. Like I said, I heard that from via Twitter, and I didn't know that was an old song. If that was an old song, like goddamn, Kelly, like what? You just don't know. Like you like no, I'm not gonna hold my tongue. You are like one of those rich white rapists that feel like if they call the bitch that they raped and was like, I'm sorry, everything will be fine. Like, nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you? You don't put no song out like that. Like, you put me in a situation where I have to put you in the category of O.J. Simpson. Like when O.J. Simpson wrote the book, If I Did It. Like, nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, a lot of people brought up O.J. too.
Like that, yeah, that it doesn't make any sense to me, and I get it. Like, nobody's never gonna stop streaming R. Kelly's music that he made before he went to jail for 30 years. Like nobody's gonna stop doing it. I just had a conversation where I was like, you know, if it runs through my playlist, if it's a bop, I'm not gonna turn it down because it was a bop. Like I'm not gonna allow myself to do that shit. At the same time, I'm not giving this nigga no more money. The fuck are you talking about? I'm not streaming no shitty that you just got convicted of being a fucking pedophile.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. Yeah. You can't put out an album and expect me to be like, yeah, but he still make good music. I'm not buying no more of your music, my nigga. I'm not streaming it. I'm not. No, your old shit, yeah, it's gonna just forever be in the world. New shit, nah. You ain't no. I'm not giving you no lawyers to get the fuck out early, nigga. You fuck with kids. Fuck out of here.
Yeah. Yeah. I think my sentiments are basically the same. Like, cause it's weird. It's weird with the R. Kelly thing because before, like, I wasn't that huge of a R. Kelly fan before. Like he had songs that of course are like part of the soundtrack to your life, you know, but it wasn't like I was going to concerts. It wasn't like I was buying albums. I think I probably only got one R. Kelly album that I purchased, you know, like the old stuff my mama purchased, but me personally, I probably only bought one R. Kelly album. But yeah, he's never been that person for me, you know. But you're right, like if an old song come on, I'm not gonna say that I'm not gonna listen to it. You know, but the new shit, I'm cool. I'm not gonna listen to the new shit. Yeah. That's a bit much. And it's so funny because I was watching something last week on YouTube and then it switched over to this R. Kelly concert. And I actually watched it. It was like 2 hours long. I didn't even know he had did this, but he did a DVD of a concert back in 2006, and that's what this was that I was watching. And I was like, it was entertaining. I was definitely entertained watching it, you know. Then I realized how bad the beats were in the early 2000s. Like those beats in the early 2000s did not that was my biggest takeaway. I was just like, woo. Because he had like a whole segment where he did like a whole bunch of his songs that he featured on. And he did a lot of features in the early 2000s. But I was like, golly, these beats. But yeah. It sucks because he was extremely talented because it was also around the time when he did the In the Closet series. And he performed the In the Closet series on this concert. So it just sucks how talented he was, and for him to go down this path really sucks. So yeah, for the old shit, especially, which sucks because he was playing in our faces with the old shit, but the old shit, yeah, I'll probably listen to. it separate the person from the art. But the new shit, I'm cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's just you can't subscribe to it anymore. It's like it's something that you're gonna always just be like, okay, yeah, certain things you love from R. Kelly. Like again, I've said this before, I'll say it again. Like most people who were born in the years of fucking 87 to maybe 96, 97, all y'all fucking graduations was I Can Believe I Can Fly. So we're not taking away from the talent. Like the talent's there, but also the monster is there. So like, let's not fucking give the monster any more fire. Like, let's not do that.
Right.
It is what it is. At the same time, if I'm going through my playlist and I hear chopping up tomatoes, fruits and vegetables and potatoes, I'm gonna let that ride because that shit was hard. That nigga made a whole fucking song off of being in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And that nigga said, I'ma fuck you on the stove by the dinner rolls. Who ever in the world can say they gonna make that rhyme? You don't. You know who did? R. Kelly.
Yeah. And all I can think of is that you're gonna burn her ass. But hey. He didn't care.
I mean, he was pissing on him, so that'd be fine.
Right, like he didn't care, right? She probably didn't either. She probably can look at that as a war wound. I don't know. But hey. Who am I to judge? But yeah.
Exactly. It is what it is. It's a great song.
Right. But yeah. So long story short, I guess we're not as a collective listening, even if they were to bootleg it somewhere else, or if it were to come back. But
no, I'm not. And anybody that's listening to it now, then that just means that they agree with what R. Kelly did. I'm gonna just keep it 100 with you. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. You can separate the talent from the man all you want, but if you furthermore listen to that man, then you are agreeing to what that man did.
Yeah, and that's that on that. So, excuse me. So yeah. So fuck that new R. Kelly album. Moving on. Next up is Boosie. Lil Boosie, Boosie Badass, whatever he want to be called, whatever y'all want to call him. Versus the Wades. Gabrielle Union, Dwayne Wade, and Dwayne Wade's daughter Zion. Now we all know that Boosie has been very vocal about the daughter Zion, because the daughter Zion is trans, and now they've been in the news recently because they want to change her name legally, and now his ex-wife, who we haven't heard from during this whole situation for the most part, now she's being very vocal trying to stop it or whatnot. But a old interview clip resurfaced of Gabrielle Union being interviewed by, I forgot what that lady name is, but she's a black lady that wears braids all the time, and I think she does. I think she does sports. I could totally be wrong.
She does sports. Is it Janelle? Damn, what is it? I gotta look.
Jamel Hill.
Jamel Hill.
Jamel Hill. So she was being interviewed by Jamel Hill, and whatever they was talking about, she ended up saying, "Sorry, Boosie," and then they went on to this whole thing suggesting that Boosie, because he's so vocal about what's going on with Zion, that he may be gay. They were suggesting that he may be gay. So, this clip resurfaced. So Boosie, came out and said something about it. And there's actually been other people that have come out in defense of Boosie too. So, yeah. What are your thoughts about that? Because they're basically was saying that, I mean, he's so preoccupied with another person's penis that he just has to be dead.
I'm not gonna throw that jacket on Boosie. I'm not even gonna do that. I think I be trying to find the right words to say so I won't sound like wrong. But I think Boosie was just being a regular Southern ass nigga. Like, fuck it. Like, they have these principles, they have these morals, and half of that shit be wrong as fuck. But they have their opinion because this is via the internet. Now, what I think had happened was Boosie never knew about Gabrielle saying anything about him. A year ago? And this shit is just resurfacing. And now he's just now clapping back on it. At the same time, I say this, because I know people are going to look at me wrong. But what he said about their transgender child was, hey, man, just don't cut his dick off. Like, yeah, let's just keep it 100. He was like, just don't cut that boy's dick off, which I totally get. I understand. Like, let that boy experience what it's like to have a dick and let him decide when he's a grown man that he want to take his dick off. Like, and so many things that happens. Like, even women nowadays be like, if I had a dick for a day, I would do this and do that. Let him enjoy that first before you cut that shit off. So I agreed with Boosie on that. I don't think Boosie secretly wants dick. Like, no way, shape, or form. Like, no. I just think he knows what a dick does. And he like, hey, man, let him experience what a dick does first.
Okay.
That's just me.
Yeah. Yeah. I get what you're saying. And I don't disagree. I don't disagree with that. It's just funny because I just remember that video when Boosie had said that, and it's just, for me, it's hilarious. Come on, man, don't cut his dick off, man.
Don't cut his dick off, man. Just don't cut his dick off, man. Come on, man. He could be like, come on, he'd be 16 years old and a little girl come around, man. This you don't know, man. Just don't cut his dick off, man.
Cut his dick off, man. Like he felt that one, felt that in his soul. Come on, man.
Yeah. And that's just that's his Southern mentality of what it feels like to get your dick sucked and like the jumping pussy raw. Like he was mentally he was trying to say it out loud. He just don't know how to say it intellectually.
Yeah. I mean, personally, my personal opinion is that, yeah, you I don't think you should go through gender reassignment surgery while you're still going through puberty.
Exactly.
Puberty ends at like 18. So, and that's when you're technically an adult. That's when you should be making those type of decisions. Which, just to put that out there, that was never on the table, as far as I know, to cut his dick off. So, like, I don't think gender reassignment surgery was something that they were going to do or said they were going to do or considered or anything like that. The thing that's going on now is just changing her name, which I kind of understand why people like her like her birth mother is like, damn, why are you doing that now? And it does, and then on top of that, because they're trying to push her to be like the face of this community and then try to be like a model, and and just like they're putting her too much into the limelight. For my taste, I can see why the wife is like, or the ex-wife rather, is like, hey, y'all trying to use her for a come up, y'all trying to get money, make money off of her and all this type of stuff, So I get that. And then on top of that, like for real, it looks like Gabrielle uses that girl like a accessory, So
Yeah.
then there's that. So it's a lot that's going on. I just personally feel like they should just leave us alone. I feel like it would be great if they left us alone and let their girl grow up as normal as she can, given her circumstance. But pushing her out there into the limelight to be the face, like I don't think she's mature enough to do that. I think that should be like somebody to be the face and to take on as much scrutiny should be handled by an adult. But
Exactly.
who am I? Who am I? But yeah, what's his name? Mike Tyson, suggested that with Boosie when Boosie came onto his podcast, and then
He did. He scared the shit out of Boosie, but Boosie kept it 100, and I agree with what Boosie said. He was like, I'm just looking at it as, that's a child, man. You got to let that child like go through all of the, the transitions that child goes through.
mm-hmm.
Like, you can't just be like, oh, okay. That's just like if your child woke up one day and was like, I'm gonna be a dragon, and his whole life you was like, no, he a dragon. Identify him as a dragon, or I'm gonna beat your ass. Like, you don't know what this nigga's gonna do for the rest of his life.
Right. And I'm sure there's a lot of things that we wanted to do and was adamant about doing when we were adolescents that our parents prevented us from doing. And now that when we look back on it, we're so happy that they prevented us from doing that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I look at it like that as well. Like, because there are kids that do go through gender reassignment, and it's just like, at least wait till you get out of puberty. Your body is still changing. Why would you do something to alter that? Like, you don't know where the end result of that's going to be, So, but yeah,
yeah. I know a kid personally. I know a kid that been popping that Boosie ever since they was 3-4 years old. Everybody named, and like even after a while, he was just saying he was gay.
mm-hmm.
Come to like now he's like 16. He like, yeah, I like girls too. Like, man, I like dudes and I like girls, but like if they went on and like was piggybacking off that shit and doing all the shit that modern society does, like who knows where this little nigga would have went.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe he would have been upset with himself because y'all pushed something that he said as a kid. He don't know what he about to change up to.
Right. So Ashton says, I think Boosie needs to mind his own business and worry about his own kids. I mean, yeah, I agree with that as well. I definitely agree with that as well. But in the same breath, like, the Wades are putting that girl out there.
Exactly.
So people can have their opinion. They're making it everyone's business. But he got enough kids that he can definitely mind his own kids' business. So and I know people be trying to put that homophobic thing on him and whatnot, but I don't even think it's that, and plus on top of that, he got a stud for a daughter. So I really don't think it's that. But yeah.
I don't think he give a fuck about that. I think he just old school parenting where, in my house, this is what we do. You know,
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck if you.
with his own kids. You know,
You said what?
he's done some problematic things with his own kids.
Exactly.
So,
That's what I was about to say. Like in his house, he believes a girl's supposed to act a certain way, a boy's supposed to act a certain way. Like one of the problematic things that everybody brings up is when his boy was 15, 16 years old, he made sure he got his dick sucked by a grown woman.
mm-hmm.
Now, in any given Sunday, how you slice that, you like, oh shit, that sounds like you had somebody molest your boy.
Yeah, that's what happened.
At the same time I say that, most heterosexual males is gonna be like, fuck nah, that's how that shit started. Every nigga have, what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say every nigga, but majority of niggas have the stigma of they knocked off a grown woman when they was young.
And that's a problem.
That is a problem, but it happens. And the bad part about that is nobody looks at that like they look at, a 14-year-old girl getting hit by a 20-year-old male. Like, we all look at that like that's molestation, that's rape. When it happens to a boy, we kind of give the boy praises. So
right. And
we have to we got to look at how our design is and how our design is flawed, and really have to come up with a core basis that's equal. Like we don't have a core basis that's equal. So I can see Boosie being that kind because especially as a heterosexual male, we just think, having sex is a conquest for any age. And that's where the problem lies, because you don't have an in or out.
Mm-hmm.
It's we as men, we need to reevaluate how we think when it comes to sexual behavior, when it comes to just youth and us, period.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. And it sucks that that's how society is, but that's how society is, and it's been like that for a really long time.
Yeah.
And yeah, because men don't even be realizing that like they are being seduced and molested and raped by these older women.
We don't think that. You know what happens? It's so crazy because, like, when a fucking 8th grader tells on his teacher for molesting him, it's grown ass man to be like, shit, I wouldn't have said shit. I would have just kept on getting that pussy. What if I didn't want this pussy, Miss Gray?
Yeah.
Hey, come on, man. Stop pulling your pants down, Miss Buttons. I'm fine.
Right.
Like nobody, like when you look into the bigger picture of it, it's horrible. But
yeah,
men don't think like that.
Right. But you remember
so
that
for Boosie to be like, yeah, I had this grown ass bitch suck my nigga's dick because that's my boy. I wanted to make sure he knew what his dick felt like to be sucked. Most niggas high five that shit.
Right. And he thought that was okay because he said it. You know what I'm saying? Like if he knew that wasn't okay, he probably wouldn't have did it. And if he would have did it, he wouldn't have said it. You know what I'm saying? But
nah, he wouldn't have did no shit like that.
Yeah, but we live in a society where that's okay. Well, where some people think that's okay, but that was horrible. It would have never been okay. But you remember that teacher that it was like in the 90s, I want to say, where she was married, but she was having sex with her middle school student. I think the boy was like 13 years old, and then she went to jail, got out, and she ended up getting pregnant by him. And
I remember all that shit.
Yeah, yeah. And then she ended up dying a few years ago. But yeah, that didn't come out because he told on her. That came out because he was telling his friends. So I mean, they thought it was fine. They thought it was okay, you know?
Right.
So that was terrible. That was terrible because they ended up getting married and everything. Like they was raising their kids together, all the way up until she died.
They lived a happy ass life
Mm-hmm.
until she
Yeah.
passed off 13-year-old dick.
Yeah. Yeah. That was terrible. That was terrible. But yeah, so that's Boosie and the Wades.
Man.
The final story is Deion Sanders. So Deion Sanders, who has been the head coach for the past 3 years at Jackson State University, which is a HBCU in Mississippi, he has now taken a position at Colorado as the head coach at Colorado State, I believe. And people are up in arms about this. They are mad. They are mad. They are mad. I don't even think he was making $1 million. He may have been making. Matter of fact, he wasn't even making $1 million. No, I think he was making like $375,000 at Jackson State, which he used part of it to get some upgrades to the school.
Yeah, he was
And
making 1.2. He was supposed to make 1.2 million in a contract. What it was like 300,000 each year, and out of that 300,000, he was sacrificing 150,000 to like do things for not only the school, the facilities, but the players.
yeah. Yeah. And then on top of that, it was supposed to be incentives on top of that. He never got his incentives. And Colorado has offered him $5 million, has offered him a $5 million contract. Now he did get a counter offer. He got a counter offer at the last minute for $1 million. But in the $1 million, he had to pay his staff. So yeah. Oh, and then Colorado is offering him incentives on top of that $5 million. So, people are ridiculously up in arms about this. I'm gonna read a couple of things that we kind of already said, but just to make sure we hit everything. Let's see. With Jackson State on the cusp of the SWAC title game on Saturday, sources told ESPN Pete Thermal that Coach Deion Sanders has been preparing to exit in order to take the head coaching job at Colorado. Multiple sources told ESPN that Sanders and his associates have spent the week making calls to both potential members of the on-field coaching staff and support staff positions to join them in Boulder. Internally at Colorado, according to sources, the support staff has been seen preparing materials for Sanders' hire. There's a widespread expectation in the building that Sanders will arrive there this weekend, although the staff has not been told formally. And another person said, according to my source, JSU is in the hot seat for misuse of football funds. Individuals were stealing money from football program by moving it to general funds / scholarships, basically stealing from Prime and players. 80% of why Deion Sanders is leaving. This will be the next breaking news. You heard it from me first. And the plot thickens. Let's run this down. JSU put in Deion's contract that after $30,000 ticket sales, he would receive a percentage of the sales. That didn't happen the whole time he was there. The ticket sales got missing. Deion, the football team, nor the staff saw any of that money. There was a lucrative TV deal in place that Deion wanted to get, but the university did not. Deion, with his own money, built a new locker room and tennis courts. All the new designs, Deion's pocket. The new players' lounge, Deion. He also used his own money to feed his players. All of the fancy meals you saw the players eating, Deion. When JSU went to the Celebration Bowl last year, the school didn't want to give money back to athletics. Deion used a lot of his personal money to fund numerous things around campus. The university did not help. The president wanted his name in the headlines as much as Deion. Deion wanted to coach the Celebration Bowl last year. JSU president said no, and the Celebration Bowl was sold out. The jury is still out on if he will or not. The last minute offer was made for $1 million for Deion to stay, but he had to pay his staff out of that. There was no new offer made after the first year of success. So yeah, with all of that, what are your thoughts?
Well, all of that, we are all forgetting that Deion Sanders, the amazing athlete that he was, made a song called Must Be the Money. Must be the money. Why my clothes is about all that shit. Listen, it's nowhere in the world. Y'all think Deion was gonna keep getting pigeonholed when somebody was offering him money? Now, to my woke brothers, because I've been seeing y'all and y'all have said a lot of things, and y'all was talking about how he basically lied to the HBUs. No, he didn't. He told y'all straight out that if he was to be approached by a D1 college, that he would entertain it. And he is. He's entertaining it to the fullest. So why are y'all mad for this nigga doing exactly what he said he was gonna do? Not only that, like, let's get into the formalities of it. Everything y'all said y'all was gonna do for me, y'all didn't do for 3 years. With this contract that I got now, not only am I getting $5 million, but I'm also allowed to like bring whoever the fuck I want to over here. That's including staff and players. Like if y'all haven't been paying attention to anything, he told the players, if you know what's good for you, you might as well jump into the portal. So he's telling them, if you can't perform like the motherfuckers I'm about to bring up here, then you might as well jump in that portal, try to get second, third round picks, because you ain't as good as these niggas I'm bringing. So if you mad at Deion for that, you just one of them weird niggas that swear y'all woke, but y'all don't really know how a process is. It'd be amazing for Deion Sanders at Colorado to work out something so efficiently that not only does he hire his staff, which is black, he gets majority of his good players, which is black, which will allow, because Colorado only has like 1.7% black people in there in that facility. But with Deion Sanders being there, and his players being there will allow them to get more black people in there. Like, how is this not a win-win? How is this not? It's a bunch of black people in Colorado. It's a lot of black people in Colorado that go to college. But only 1.6% of Colorado University is black. Watch how quick that changes. So how is Deion making a bad decision?
I don't think he's making a bad decision at all. I think it's a
yeah. I just don't understand these niggas. Like,
yeah,
how's that a bad decision? And then from what you just said, and what I've also heard about HBUs as far as how the money gets played out through them, because a lot of them are have been going under because they're government based now, where they're basically the public schools of college. Like, unless you got enough money to like change that, then why you don't know what I'm saying? What's the bad decision that he made?
Yeah, but you know, at least like when I was going to college and I was looking at colleges to go to and whatnot, I looked at a couple of HBCUs, and it, for one, the ones that I was looking at were private, and private tuition is more expensive than state. And then they do rely on assistance. They do rely a lot on assistance. And that's probably the reason why they were needing government funding, you know what I'm saying? Because some of them did go under, and then you hear the horror stories about them misappropriating funds and whatnot. So, and then attendance is not as high. And then there's some of them where they've kind of turned into, like, you forget that they're HBCUs because they look like PWIs now, you know? So it's a lot that's going on. And with Deion going to Jackson State, it was a great look, and it got them to the point where ESPN is now playing HBCU sports, you know. So that, I mean, what he did was great, but nobody, like, if you were under the impression thinking that that man was going to stay under those conditions the whole time that he was going to be coaching, you out your mind. Like, everybody goes, I mean, not everybody, but I would think that everybody would consider a better option, even if you do change it, even if you don't go. You know what I'm saying? I would think you would at least look at it to see, and weigh your options to see if it would be a good idea. You know what I mean? But and then
winners know how to win. He wasn't winning there.
Yeah, like, I watched this one person do an interview about it, and they were just talking about how basically Deion used HBCUs because what he wanted was to become a coach, but he didn't want to be an assistant coach. He wanted to just come in the game as a head coach. And wasn't nobody gonna let him come in the game as a head coach. So he went to a HBCU as a head coach and basically proved himself so that he could go to somewhere else and get more money and come in as a head coach. But they were saying that like it was a bad thing. I'm like, I don't see why that would be wrong. I mean, he went and got the experience. Like, y'all saying he need experience to do this job. He went and got the experience, and now he coming back. Like, I didn't see that as a bad thing. Like, a regular job, sometimes that's what they requires for you to have experience. You can't come in.
And then he didn't, but Deion didn't do that. Like, man, Deion, nobody remembers when Deion was coaching. He was head coaching high school football for a long time, like a minute. Like that's how he got his boys so trained. He started coaching high school football. He built a winning reputation, And that's how he landed the job. And then he went there and built up a winning reputation. And then he went somewhere else. That's called improvement.
Yeah.
I don't know what these woke niggas is looking at when they be like, he should have stayed at HBCU and he could have been this. And sometimes it ain't about the money. I get it. Sometimes it ain't about the money. But you know what's different? When you spending your own money.
Right.
When you start spending your own money, guess what you start looking for? Cushions.
Yeah.
I know that for a fact. I have a business. When I get to spending my own money, I got to look for cushions.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what's wrong with you niggas, man. You niggas need to realize that the biggest mistake Deion did was staying at Jackson State for so long when he knew he was getting fucked.
Well, I don't think he stayed there that long. It was only 3 seasons.
It was 3 seasons. He knew he was getting fucked after the first one.
True. Another point this person made was how kids were coming to the school for him to play. Like they were specifically coming so that they could play under him, and now he's leaving. I was thinking like, well, shoot, they still got time. They can still try to make it over to Colorado.
Exactly. Like, if they good enough, they gonna get on.
Yeah. And I'm just like, you know, shit happens. Like that's with any job. Cause like, what if this was the pros and you were to go to the Chiefs and because you wanted to play under the head coach and now that head coach is retiring. Are you going to be mad? Like,
exactly. What are you going to do?
You know? So
you still got to play your damnedest.
Exactly. Like, I just think that people are just like trying to put too much on Deion for making this move. I mean, like, I can see why the optics will look crazy because, I mean, you leaving a black school for a white school. But when you get down to it, it's like he's leaving one opportunity for another opportunity for a more lucrative opportunity. And I just don't see that being that much of an issue that they're making it.
And then let's take the whole fucking wool over everybody's eyes and tell people this. Just because you a nigga don't mean you a nigga. He worked for this school. He was promised shit. He was denied that shit. He had to spend his own money to make that school look like it was worth something.
Mm-hmm.
Why the fuck would I continue to stay here?
Yeah.
He was in a bad relationship. Some of you niggas in bad relationships now. Get the fuck out of there. Deion showed you what it is to get out of bad relationships. Sometimes it takes a white bitch from Colorado. Get out of that shit.
Another person that I watched talk about this situation made a great point. He was like, you know, some of you bitches leave jobs for an extra $2 an hour, but y'all mad at Deion. I was like, ooh, that's a point.
Now, I would keep it 100 because everybody knew how I stood on this. Every nigga got an opinion about motherfucking Deion Sanders for leaving Jackson, Mississippi. Ain't none of you niggas said shit about Brett Favre.
Right.
So we already know what this programmed woke, quote, unquote, unwoke niggas are.
Right.
Like, you niggas is weird. Y'all don't say nothing about the white boy fucking the shit out of Mississippi.
Right.
But y'all mad at a nigga that went for more money to be a coach?
Right.
Yeah, y'all can suck my dick on that.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, shout out to Deion. Shout out to Deion.
Great things,
He did what he
Deion.
thought.
I don't see nothing but great things. Like the
Yeah.
way you talk to them boys. Excuse me, take that lie. I can't call them boys. The way you talk to them men, and you told those men, hey, if you don't got what it takes, because I've watched y'all. He kept it real. He said, y'all have been losing for 10 years, for a decade. So if you still think y'all gonna live like that under my regime, you might as well jump on the portal. Get the fuck up out of here. Because he about to be on some different shit. This the same nigga that bitches his own kids. If they ain't playing right, nigga, guess who ain't playing the next game?
Right.
That's Deion is a winner.
Right. At the extreme end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That man's a winner. I just want to see that man win.
Yeah. Yeah. He probably like, what y'all not gonna do is make me look crazy. Kids included. Y'all can sit down too.
Y'all can sit down. Arguably one of the best athletes of all time. You just got to keep it real. This nigga played 2 sports.
Yeah.
He's the only man in history that scored a home run and a touchdown in the same week. Nobody can say that but Deion Sanders.
No, Bo Jackson didn't do that?
No.
Yeah. 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 I mean, you got to give it to Deion, you know what I'm saying? And he's killing it as a coach, you know what I mean? So, shout out to Deion, and then, this might open some doors even more. Him going to a D1 school might open some doors for more Black coaches, for more Black head coaches in the college. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just never know what this could do. Because he already did wonders at HBCU. Look what could happen. That's just like, and I mean, it probably was people that felt this type of way. But just like when Jackie Robinson went to the Dodgers after he was in Negro Leagues, I'm sure there was a lot of people that was tripping about that. But he did it. And he was good at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it opened a lot.
That man be great.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. So shout out to Deion. Yeah. So now we are on to our fucked up song of the podcast. This week's fucked up song is Blackstreet, Don't Leave. And it was off of their 1996 album. Excuse me. Another Level. I want to say it was 96. Yeah, 96. So it's Don't Leave Me. Did you want to read it?
I'm looking this shit up now.
Okay. And I can text it to you if you want me to.
No, I got it.
Okay. All right. So whenever you're ready.
All right, y'all. Okay. I'll talk in my smooth late night AM R&B tone as a curly-haired, big-nosed white Jew. Shout out to Kanye. Let's get into these lyrics. Okay. So, the intro. No baby, no baby, no baby. No, no. If you take your love away from me, I'll go crazy. I'll go insane. Verse 1. You got your problems, baby, and I got mine. Let's just spend it all by putting it together. Yeah. When you say you love me, it don't mean a thing. If you cared, you'll be there like you used to be. Yeah, I'm searching for the words to make you realize that I really, really want you to stay. Oh, tears of frustration I hold inside, but if you walk away, you'll make this grown man cry. Chorus,
Don't,
don't leave. Don't leave me, girl. Please
don't
stay with me tonight. Don't leave me, girl. Please stay with me too. Verse 2. Forget my pride, girl. I'm begging you. You're my heart. You're my soul. You've got so much control. My love runs deeper than the ocean and the sea. But if you sail away, you'll take the centerpiece from me. Chorus, don't leave. Don't leave me, girl. Please stay with me tonight. Don't leave me, girl. Please stay with me too. Interlude, which is just a bunch of saxophones. All it is, just saxophones. Bridge, stay, 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 stay right here with me forever. Stay, 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 stay right here with me forever. If you take your love away from me, I'll go crazy, 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 insane. If you take your love away from me, I'll go crazy, I'll go insane. If you take your love away from me, I'll go crazy, I'll go insane. Outro. No, 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 no,
Ooh,
baby,
ooh.
no, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Don't Leave Me Girl by Black Street, sung by, well,
Yeah.
not even sung, but read by Arnold Schwartzevich out of Michigan, Minnesota.
Hell no. Absolutely not. Lord have mercy. If you take your love away from me, I'll go
I'll go
crazy,
crazy.
crazy,
I'll go
crazy.
insane. I used to love that song.
So
Forget your pride, cause
played it on
I'm
repeat.
begging you. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
hard.
that song was on repeat.
But that was stalkerish as fuck.
What word did you use?
Stalkerish.
What is that?
Um, for me,
Mm-hmm.
listening to this song again, because you're saying it's the fucked up song for us for the podcast. I'm like, damn. As much as I love this song when I was growing up, I realized like she don't want this nigga.
No.
She don't want it. Like, get the fuck away. Why are you still bothering me? It reminded me of how my life was in the early 2010s. This bitch didn't want me, and I stayed there. That was hella stalkerish. That was wrong as fuck.
Okay, so you're saying stalker. Okay. I didn't know what you were saying. I'm like, what word is that? Okay, got you. Stalker. Um, yeah. Yeah, it could very much so be stalkerish. Um, but it sounds like begging and pleading. It sounds like
Yeah.
he really fucked up. It sounds like he
No,
royal.
he didn't fuck up. That nigga didn't fuck up at all. He just a nigga she don't want no more. He sound like every nigga to be like, I'm gonna kill myself.
Yeah, but it always stemmed because they fucked up royally.
Nah, I don't think he fucked up. I just think he was too much of a simp. I was listening to it today. I'm like, nah, because he didn't say anything about him fucking up. We know how R&B love songs go. He didn't say shit about he fucked up. He said, but you got your problems, baby, and I got mine. Yeah, that's not saying I'm cheating.
Yeah, because he don't want to flat out say he was cheating. He's just saying, well, shit, you got problems too, but I got mine, and so let's just spend them all by putting them together. Like, I'm not trying to leave you because you got your problems too.
Nah,
that's what that sounded like.
I can see certain. I can see certain women trying to say it like that. Like, nah, he said that because he was cheating. Nah, he said that because he was a simp. This is a simp fucking song. Because listen to the second verse.
Yeah, forget my pride, girl. Because he's begging. That's why he's saying, forget my pride, girl.
He's saying, forget my pride, girl. I'm begging you. You're my heart. You're my soul. You got so much control. That nigga's not cheating. This nigga saying, please don't leave. Please. He's doing the march shit. Gina, please. Like, this nigga's not. That he ain't doing nothing extra. She just said, I'm tired of your boring ass.
I said he fucked up. I didn't necessarily say he was cheating. I said he fucked up. He royally fucked up. He didn't fuck up. He fucked up. He fucked up because he was boring to this bitch. But I don't think she woke up one morning.
Song. You said what?
I don't think she woke up one morning and was like, I'm ready to go. I don't think that's what it was. It could be on some, you're boring me. It could have been on that. But the thing is about women is that we're not going to wake up one morning and be like, fuck this shit, I'm out. We're going to tell you, we're going to give you so many clues. You're going to ignore them. And then we have to do something drastic like, fuck this shit, I'm out. But we don't wake up on that. You know what I mean?
I ain't saying y'all is. I'm saying this nigga was continuing to do the same shit, which was boring. And she said, shit, I'm out. I can't do this no more. And this nigga said, forget my pride, cuz I'm begging you. Nah, I'm done. I'm done with your boring ass, nigga.
I mean, what is she supposed to do? Like she didn't gave so many chances.
I ain't saying she's supposed to do nothing. I'm not faulting the woman at all. I'm saying this is a simp nigga song.
I mean,
I keep telling everybody, everybody has been a simp.
Yeah.
If you love this song, it's because at one point in your life you was a simp.
Well, simple. I love the song at 12. I don't think I was a simp at 12.
Yeah, but you played a simp once, and so you can relate to it.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't think I begged nobody to don't leave though.
You didn't, but a bunch of niggas did. And you know how they did? They did the same shit in the song, and then they said some crazy shit like, I'll fucking kill myself if you leave me. And she like, oh my God, let me not do that. Because now she got a bad conscience like, damn, what if I do fuck Ray? And this nigga shoot himself in the face.
Yeah. And you can't play that game with people. You gotta just let them folks go.
You got to.
Yeah.
But
that's not fair.
Backstreet played a song. They made a song, rather, for niggas that do this type of weird shit. Yeah. Come on, man. This nigga's lyrics was forever, forever, stay with me. This nigga was tripping.
Yeah. Yeah, because she was like literally walking out the door.
Yes. This nigga was tripping. This nigga. What they don't know is the extended version is this nigga's like, I killed myself, bitch. Bitch, I swear to God, I blow my brains out. Oh, like, yeah, this is the shit. This is the vibe you getting from this song.
Stay with me forever. Ooh, ooh. I wish we could play it.
Bitch, I kill us both. Like, this is the shit that you was hearing.
Lord, please don't do that, guys. If somebody want to leave, let them go.
Please,
Yeah,
it ain't working.
Somebody that is for you. That person just ain't for you. But let everybody leave safely.
Yeah, I mean, because the realization of it is like, dude, if you serious about killing yourself and you off yourself because this girl's gonna leave you, you know how she's gonna feel better? She's gonna ride the dick of the nigga she left you for.
And I'm still not gonna be together. You're gonna be dead.
And you're gonna be dead. And she gonna be like, I'm so sad while getting plunged from the back. Ain't even worth it, my G. It's not worth it.
That's tough. Stay with me forever. Ooh, ooh.
I love you so much, Greg. Bitch, my name Ryan.
Yeah. Lord have mercy. All right.
Welcome to reality, my nigga.
And where are you? Dead. Good and dead. Dead. Like, she getting dick down the day of your funeral, bruh. Like, just let her go.
Before the funeral and after.
Right. That's the repass. Like, that is the repass.
This nigga giving a repass dick. What can you do about that? She gonna fucking around and cry on that dick.
Right. What you eat at the repass, dick?
I'm sorry for anybody who has lost their life in this Romeo and Juliet scenario, but my God, my nigga, like, it doesn't change anything.
No, it doesn't. Did they have dark meat or light meat? Yup.
Sure.
So, yeah. Just let her go. Just let her go. So yeah, I don't have any final thoughts. So Jerry's final thoughts.
Jerry's final thoughts. I'm gonna go off topic. Because I know we talked about a lot of things and I can get into that scenario, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna say, y'all know what time it is. We about to go into 2023. In the process of going to this new year, y'all know what time it is. It's around December. You know what we shouldn't do, ladies and gentlemen? Start cheating when we ain't got no money. You motherfuckers who are out here hardball cheating and living up under another motherfucker, or some big dick niggas. And I'm just like, and I'm including you bitches too, because y'all really think that a motherfucker's gonna allow y'all to hibernate under them while you fucking somebody else. You niggas are bound to be homeless in 2023, and that's supposed to be the year where we supposed to really make some good money. Like, we're in so much of a technology surge and independent business surge that, you know what you're gonna need? A home front, my nigga. You might not want to fuck the bitch that only serves fries at Popeyes when it's gonna cause you to lose the bitch that been in the call center for 15 years and making $24 an hour. Like, you might want to stop doing that when you not working it out. Hey, let's be one, and that goes to you bitches too. You bitches that's living off a nigga, that nigga that working for it, stop fucking your next door neighbor, man. Because if he find out, you gonna be on the street, and your next door neighbor barely pays rent. That's why y'all able to fuck all the time. Like, this nigga is not doing nothing productive. With that being said, love yourself and others and stay out of this fucking code because you wanted to bust a nut.
Yeah, you went with that one. Yep, you went left with that one, but it needed to be
this
said.
Shit baffles me, man. I just don't understand why around this time infidelity rates rise so much, and I'll be like, how? What the fuck? It's cold outside.
It's time. Yeah. Yeah, it be like that.
I don't understand. I've seen niggas and women do the same shit. Being a fucking early to late 30s, moving back in with their brother, their mama, or their sister, because they done got caught doing some bullshit around this time. Like, what are you thinking?
And then the person you doing it with ain't got a window or a pipe.
No, they can't. They ain't telling you nothing. They like, shit, I don't know how you gonna do it, and you still fucking them niggas. This nigga picking you up in the cold on a moped, and you still going to get this nigga pussy. I don't understand you motherfuckers, man.
Yeah, it ain't for you to understand, I guess.
Man.
But yeah, so yeah. Word to the wise, at least be faithful until springtime.
I'm just saying, like, yeah, if you're gonna get caught so in a season where it ain't gonna bother you to sleep in your car. It's gonna bother the fuck out of you sleeping in your car February the fucking 3rd. Like, nigga.
Yeah.
That shit gonna be cold as shit.
All right. May 3rd, not so much, but definitely February 3rd. Especially in the Midwest. So
yeah, like, nigga, what are we doing here?
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for that, Jerry's final thought. And this is episode 67 of the Ish We Talk, and we will see you guys for episode 68. Bye.
Exactly.